No, there you go. All right, the mics are open. Episode 65.
Yeah.
What an interesting week it's been, man. Has it?
What happened?
I don't even know. First of all, I keep on giving you guys updates about my brother. So yeah, he's getting better, and yeah, it's mad. COVID is real. Guys, stay safe out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Sai. I'm glad to hear that he's doing better, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely doing better, man.
Yeah, he's doing way better. Way better.
He's doing a lot better. Yeah, he's doing a lot better.
A whole lot better.
Fam. Yeah, like COVID is a list of his worries, to be honest. But yo, I'm not even playing though.
Yo, let me tell you something. Let me ask a question. Let me guys ask you a question. If you guys came into like money, a couple of million, right? Would it change your perception on things immediately?
How so?
All right, let me give you an example, right?
Yes,
I was
please.
speaking to somebody yesterday who came into good money, right? Like millions US, right? And they said to me, you know what the funny thing is? I don't want anything. I just want to be healthy. Now today it's like, yeah, for real. Now today it was like, I was thinking the same thing, and someone said to me, one person said to me, bruh, new car, like that 5 Series, blah, blah, blah. And then someone else said to me, like, what would you do, whatever, you know, hypothetically speaking. And I thought about my life, right? And I was like, you know, there's nothing that I actually want right now. At this moment, I'm quite content. But then you see, earlier on, and this is a true story. It's a true story.
That interjection.
Yeah. So earlier on, right, I took a screenshot of a conversation I was having with one of the bosses at work. And I accidentally sent it back to them, right? Then I deleted it, right? And then when I told the other people in the group that, like, they were like, Rah, did he see it? I'm like, I don't know if he saw it. And, you know, if he sees it, he sees it. If he doesn't, he doesn't, you know.
Well and good.
I'm wondering if that's on the basis of having money.
You don't care, bro.
Or not having money. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it really made me think, because I was like, that's just, what do you reckon, Calvin?
But I can totally relate to it. Like today I sent one of my CEOs a message. I said, hey, so you know that deal has gone through. How are they going to pay? And the guy was like, then I read the message how I'd sent it to him, and I was like, fam, 5 years ago, you'd have been like, sir. You know, it just gets, at times there's levels to this. You know what I mean?
So the question I want to ask you is, do you think that big money would change you massively, like straight off the bat?
Let me answer for Calvin. Yes, big money is gonna change Calvin. That's a given, bro.
Funny enough, big money for me would change my location.
Look, that's it?
Yeah, for real. Like, honestly, say for instance, if I got $1 million today, fam, it's been real, I'm out to Gilgil.
All right, no, all right. So
I'm not buying no house in Karen or anything.
All right, cool.
I'm just going to Gilgil.
Nice. That's fine.
100 acre, fuck off.
Right, all right, but I get that, right? But let me ask you a question. We wake up very early in the morning. Like, you know, to do our show. Like, you know, this morning I was up at quarter past 5, recording, editing, doing that stuff. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
If you had a lot of money, you know, enough money to see you through a winter in New York, right? Or you know, a locust invasion in Somalia, or whatever it is, right? Would it change you? Would you wake up one morning and be like,
fuck this?
That new money would be an extra pillow for Calvin. Like, nah, I'm not waking up that early, bro. Just roll on over, bro.
Funny enough, Andy, you actually don't know me. I'd actually wake up still and do it. Because at the end of the day, I'd probably tell them, yeah, I'll do it for free because I love what I do.
Right.
So I'm not really doing this for the check. I'd just be like, yeah, I enjoy doing it.
Right.
And plus, let me tell you, there's having a ton of money and nothing to do. That shit can kill you.
That's true. Just
I'd still wake up and tell them, hey, listen, like, anyway, let me not expose myself. I was about to say some fuck shit.
yeah. But
No, but I had a similar conversation with Shafi Uero, I think earlier on this year, and he told me something. If you get big money, don't let your lifestyle change.
Right.
Maintain, just maintain. Don't move out. Don't get okay. You can just enjoy a little bit of it at the moment, but do not at whatever cost let your lifestyle change. And I think that's what I'd do. First of all, I don't even think I'd let guys know that I got some big money.
Oops.
I wouldn't let guys know I've got some big money.
Yo, G, listen to the lies Andy's telling us.
No, for real.
You want to tell me you get big dough, you're still living in the hood. Fuck that. Having
Bro.
water once a week. Like I'm inviting shorties over and you've got a bathtub and you're like, no, I can't use it because there's
Now-
no water.
Not just
Fuck on.
just
Come on
because G
Wednesday.
said the other day that I live in a bubbly neighborhood. No, you think I'm living in the hood, bro? Fam, I've got the
No,
basic needs,
it's-
man.
No, bro, you're getting it wrong. We've had this conversation about the hood, even on air with G, where we were like, if you got like big backs, are you moving out of the hood today? Bro, listen,
I don't know.
life is not promised.
Life is not promised, bro. And I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. Just some random thoughts that hit me this morning at quarter
But,
past
but,
5.
but you know what?
Quarter
That whole
past 5 in the
conversation- yeah, precisely, 5:15. But you know what? That whole big money conversation, imagine, Andy, you who's saying you wouldn't let people know or you wouldn't even move. Say you've gotten that big money, you've decided to continue being a miser, and you get kids, and you're 50, and now you're getting older, and uko, you're 60s and stuff. You've got kids who are now grown up. Boom, you catch a stroke and you die. And these kids start blowing that fucking money like it's...
Bro. So
Bro, I'm dead.
You know what I'm saying?
That's an interesting thing.
I'm dead.
You see this guy, his name is Gordon Ramsay, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, Gordon Ramsay is stupid rich, right? So he takes his kids on holiday with him. Obviously, him, the wife, and 2 kids, right? Fam, him and the wife fly business. The kids fly economy.
Economy.
Bruh.
Give them a taste of the struggle.
And he said that he ain't raising no kids who come up thinking that jumping in first class is something you don't have to work for. I kind of respect that still.
Calvin, what will you do? You have a daughter, yeah? And say when she's probably 15, 16, 17, 18, yeah? Just about to leave her teens. Say you're blessed, and amen to that, man. Like, a lot of dough, your life is nice and all that. When you're traveling, or generally, would you let her live the life that you didn't get to live because now you've got dough? You've got serious money. Or would you let her get a taste of just a bit of the struggle?
Fam, I'm taking her to first class, straight up. Why? Because there's gonna be some nigga she'll meet in the club who'll start showing her things her pops could have given her. But exciting
did.
little things. You get?
Yeah.
Then, all of a sudden, she's out here in Dubai, Sijui, Thailand, with some niggas I don't even know. Fam, nah.
I read somewhere there's a Nigerian guy who's so rich. One day he flew his daughter out to Italy to have ice cream.
That's
Yeah.
rich.
That's rich. I think it's DJ Copy actually.
Damn.
Yeah, I saw some
Damn.
comment like that. You know what I mean? Shout out to
Oh,
Copy.
true story. There's a very Kenyan wealthy man, right? This is a story who's told. He's from Ukambani. You guys can take your guesses. One time they were having a party somewhere out in that's Eastern Kenya.
Yeah.
And this one particular lady whose parents, and they all lived in the States and they relocated here. They're like pastors and stuff. And she hated the food that was there. And she told them, no, I can't eat this, what. Fam, this man told the pilot, go to Java in Nairobi and get some stuff and bring it back for this young lady. What? Fam, imagine.
Must be nice, bro.
Yo!
I wouldn't do that, bro. I would,
And these
or
are
maybe I'm
stories.
just saying this because I don't have that kind of money.
Fam, and these are not stories that you've heard from so-and-so. This is from the horse's mouth. I was just like, okay. Yeah.
All right, on the same conversation, yeah. What's your limit to how much money you can lend to someone and not expect it back?
That's a good question, bro. Because I was always told that when you lend money, be prepared to lose it first of all, and you should never lend more than you can afford to lose.
G, allow me to interrupt right now. I might need to hold a milli.
I don't know.
A quick meal, bro.
You guys are nuts. Nah, we're not living
Or
like
two.
That. We're not living like that, bro. We're not living like that.
But
Let me
it's
hold
a very
something real
it's
quick. Gee, that's
it's a very
lunch
interesting
money, bro.
conversation.
Shut up, bro.
Yeah, it's a very interesting conversation I thought about this week, and I had a couple of people talking about it on YouTube. Yeah, but bringing it back home, men share a lot of things, and let's say me, Calvin, and G Money. If say Calvin is in a fix and he reaches out to G, and he needs some quick dough, and G, you've mentioned it on the podcast that there's times that you've come through for Calvin when he needed, But at what point do you put your foot down and go like, you know what, by the way?
G's, yeah? I've got it written down in my notes. I haven't forgotten it, bro, and I'm telling you, the day you get married and they say, does anybody have any reason why anybody in here should get married? I'm like, this motherfucker does not clear his bills. Yeah, don't look at me like that.
Fam, I thought you cut it from the deal we made the other day.
Which deal?
We'll talk about it. It was 5K less, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Deal.
But what do you do? What do you do if you've given someone like Calvin money, big money, yeah, and they were really desperate for it,
At the time,
and you see at the time, notice the energy that they used to borrow you money.
fam, when people come to you for money, bro, they come like Jesus to the children, like, suffer ye not the little children who come unto me. Fam, you see when you go back for your money, you're facing the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yo,
Now that's what I want us to talk about: etiquette, giving back
come
money.
to you. Guys come to your house to borrow money. They're like, hey, you've not washed dishes all week. Can I wash them for you? Yeah.
Do you know the worst thing? Do you know the worst thing about when people are borrowing money? This is not broke shaming anyone, but the worst thing is the niceness. Hey, what's up? What's going on, man? Long time. Yeah, otherwise, blah, blah. Yeah. How's work? Work is cool. Now, I'm calling you because, fam, cut that nice shit out. Get to the point. Yo, we ain't spoken for a while, but I'm in a fix. Can you help? I find the niceties a bit hypocritical.
And that's actually a very, very real thing, because there's people who are used to that, such that when they call you, you're like, what do you want? What do you want? Because they're going to go through just beat around the bush just to borrow you money. But giving back etiquette, yeah? Same energy that you used to borrow money, same energy that you used to return the same money. And if you've taken so long, yeah, and you might not necessarily have that money at the moment, it's very important for you to communicate. So don't just go MIA. I hate it when you give someone money and they don't even mention nothing about it. Right. Yeah, and you mention it just once. They're like, why are you always asking me back for that money? See, I told you I'm working on,
Fam.
my deal is about to go through this and that.
Do you want to mention names? You sound like you're pissed, bro.
No, but I get it though.
No.
I get it. I get it, and I genuinely believe that everybody at some point in their life is gonna fall on hard times. And man, don't let me tell you my poor stories, man. My stories of when I had to go to people to borrow money.
You mentioned it on the podcast before, actually.
Yeah, you go to people to borrow money,
Yeah.
and because of who you are and what they do, they're like, stop joking around. You've got dough. What is this? But at the same time,
But you
it's
know
like,
what? Sorry to interrupt you. I'm glad that we're actually talking about money. I was reading something that I posted up on my Instagram today. It was a financial report that is from it's actually open on my laptop right now, and it's talking about how much money Kenyans on, right? And it gives a comparison between Kenya, Mozambique, Nigeria, South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire. So when you think about Nigeria and South Africa, definitely bigger economies than we are in Kenya. But in the East African community, us guys are quite something. And it gives the breakdown of monthly income distribution. So it starts with $0 to $94. So that's between, say, about to about 11,000 shillings. It says that's 53%. And it says $94 to about $187. You can translate that according to the dollar rate.
Yeah.
That's 24%. And then it goes on to say 187 to 470. That's 17%. Then $470 to 939. 3%.
Wow.
Then over $939 a month. That's 3%.
So only 3% of the population in Kenya earn over 100K a month.
That's according
No, I saw
to
that.
that.
I actually saw
you
that.
saw that.
And even in,
I was just
even
like,
in Nigeria, it was like 4% who earned over $1,000.
yeah.
And also, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. This whole thing where people talk about bigger economies, man,
Yeah.
I've been to Lagos, bro. Lagos is not as developed as Nairobi. The island looks cool and stuff, nice roads, still power issues, whatever. But when you go on the mainland, fam, there's not like the mainland is just huge, bad roads. As soon as you come off the main road, so I don't know about the bigger economy. Me, I'm saying that Nairobi is more developed than Lagos.
Yeah.
Than Lagos.
So this report is actually generated between Jan and March 2020, prior to COVID-19 outbreak, right? Because a lot of people have fallen into a lower income bracket.
Right.
And that got me thinking, so if this is what these guys have conducted research and found out, like, it clearly shows that a lot of Nairobians are actually living way beyond the means.
100%.
Yeah, because I was like,
That's a fact,
fam,
bro.
if this is the
If
actual
only
data.
3% of the population earn
Yeah.
over $1,000 a month, then where does all the bowling come from?
I know.
Wow.
I'm actually
Ayo,
googling
guys,
something. I'm actually googling something to support that statement. The CBK last year, when we were moving over to the new currency, they had the numbers that said this is the number of people who have over 100K in their account.
Yeah, I remember
says-
that. And it was really low. It was quite low. So pretty much, everyone's just rich on Twitter.
Exactly.
Is that flex?
We're all rich on Twitter.
Yeah. Look at Calvin in his element. This is not your podcast, man. Anyway,
But let's talk about the way how Calvin's podcast is coming very mass market real quick. Yo, so while you find that stat, right? Calvin's podcast began with, "Yo, man, this is for the brothers. It's Mental Health Week." By last week, it was "Why do men cheat?"
Bruh.
oh, you went full circle, bro. You went full circle. That's still who you are, bro.
No, that actually
Stats
wasn't
aside,
it.
numbers
It
aside,
was-
taxes aside.
Oh man. Yeah.
But it's actually performing good, no lie. So anyway, according to the report
for you.
by the CBK, it says 97% of bank accounts in Kenya, that's 97% of bank accounts in Kenya, have less than 100,000, indicating less than 1% of saving accounts had more than 1 million.
Wow.
I'm not surprised,
crazy
bro.
Stat.
Not surprised.
That's a crazy stat, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the number
Aye.
of Kenyans with more than 100,000 shillings in their bank accounts dropped from 1.5 million in 2017 to 1.45 million in 2018, according to a report by the Central Bank of Kenya. So if you think about that percentage to 51 million,
It's
bruh.
crazy. So where do you fall? Yeah, are you in the millionaire bracket? I just want to know for research purposes.
For research purposes.
I'm joking.
Guys, I bumped into a tweet. This guy called Just Chinks. I'll read it to you, and you guys let me know what you think about it. The equivalent to a woman or of a woman posting herself half naked is a man posting his financial assets. the objective is the same. Discuss. I'll read it again. The equivalent to a woman posting herself half naked is a man posting his financial assets. The objective is the same.
To attract attention.
Discuss. Is it?
I'm asking, like, I mean, first of all right, let me put it this way, right? If I got a new car, if I bought a new car and it was like the car of my dreams and it was like a super sexy ride, I might post it once on my Instagram. Because even when I got this car, which I've had for so long, I posted it on my Instagram, right, Calvin? I must have done.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
once or
you
twice.
did, you did.
Because you know what? It was a nice car at the time, and I was like, you know what? I like this car, and I post. It's mine. I don't owe anybody one. Like every screw in that car belongs to me. You know. So
Accolades.
for me, it was never like a case of say you're gonna flaunt. I have this nice shit and I want to share it, and it is what it is. But then you see, would I build a house? Would I build a big house and then do a grand tour? I probably would, though. I actually probably would. To be honest.
But your objectives wouldn't be like to get that attention, to get the ladies and all that. It's because that's something you want. You enjoy the space that you are in, and you'd like to share that with the people that follow you. It's like, you get me?
I give you. This is no word of a lie. Y'all know that I recently changed up my living room, right, or in my house. Do you know why the key driving factor between me changing the house? Because the old living room had been posted on Instagram so many times. I've seen it popped up on so many IG stories. And I even told people now, when you come to my house, no pictures, please. So it's a
blackout. Bro. Yeah. Calvin, what do you think, man?
You know how women say, this guy has no game, but all he does is show his cash, his cars and everything, so that women can fall for him. It kind of works to your advantage. You know what I mean? You're deploying your assets, so to say. Right. You get?
So it's like compensating.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got a strength. If your strength is your wallet, use it to your advantage. Imagine having all that dough and you ain't got no babes. You get what I mean? Okay. Life is not fair.
Yeah, but I get that, right? But I'm saying, all right. So what is so when a woman is posting up her assets, physical assets on IG, what is she doing it for?
She's doing it to probably, first and foremost, let's say she's doing it for herself. She's got a sexy body. She wants to appreciate herself and she has the right to show it off. So if by that extension of her showing her body, someone's like, you know what?
Slide into
I like that. Yeah, you get me? It's all life, bruh. What are those kings in the Bible called? David and all these niggas who had concubines. You ain't never heard in the Bible of someone who was broke with concubines, fam. Nah. Facts only. There was no peasant outside some mosque temple in Jerusalem who had hosts. Nah, fam. Wow. It was this Solomon and all these other
and it
rich
was at
niggas.
This moment we realized the Bible can be corrupted. But
never looked at it that way, bro.
All right, so here's another thing. So I've been reading 50 Cent's new book.
Yeah, can I borrow it by the way after?
Sorry, listening to it. Reading is so old school. So, and there's a whole chapter where he talks about if you don't make noise about what you do, people will overlook you, right? How true is that? So it's like, for example, let's give you some context. Us guys, me, you, and Andy, and Neville when he was with the show, us guys have done the show from various places around the globe. With Dubai, Diani, Mombasa, Nairobi, Kisumu. We've been around the whole place, right?
Ireland.
The whole place. Ireland as well. Rotterdam, UK, Washington, Atlanta, right?
Global.
So,
everywhere.
Apparently now it's a new thing for radio presenters to be working from home. Now, those of us now, a listener sent me a screenshot, right, today of a couple presenters working from home, and they were like, 2015, a picture of me and Calvin, and 2020, and they were like, it's not checkers, it's chess. Now, this is not like a petty thing or whatever, but let's just say now if an alien landed on Earth today, the alien would say, oh my God, the most advanced of the species in this particular field are these guys who are working from home. Whereas us guys have done it, we're just like, whatever.
It's nothing.
Do you have to, in this day and age, scream and shout about your achievements, or are you going to be overlooked when it comes to the final analysis?
I think the more time I've spent with you guys since I joined the station, I've been realizing how true that statement is. If you don't celebrate yourself the loudest or the most, then you might not even get recognized for the things that you've done. Case in point, you G Money, yeah? Since you came to Nairobi, Kenya, you have done so much for the industry. So much. They have never given you your accolades. Someone starts doing something last year and they claim that they're the first people to do that. Well, in actual sense, this was done 7 years ago. This was done 10 years ago.
See,
you get me?
When I came, I was told I'll never be as good as there were two white guys who used to do it, Phil Matthews and a guy called something Wilkins. And like apparently they were the only people who could train radio talent in Kenya. And then, I mean, there's been mornings when me and Calvin have been on air and everybody on every other station is somebody who's passed through our training. So you're on
Exactly.
air and you're competing with everybody who you've trained. Apart from obviously Minor, who's been there for a while. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I was having this conversation also with another friend of mine in the UK. Is it that the people who just do stuff because for the sake of doing it and do it because they enjoy it, right? And the ones who move mountains, is history littered with people who did shit that nobody knows about?
Probably, yes.
It's like, let's go back into the old history of England. You had King Henry the something, 8 for whatever. He was famous for having 6 wives or 7 wives. Fam, there's probably somebody in the Bible who had 25 wives but didn't scream about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me use an example that's very recent. The other day, G told me, listen to this podcast called Survive in Nairobi.
Go again, yeah?
And those...
Say again,
Okay.
it glitched. Go again. The other day,
So the other day, G was like, hey, listen to this podcast called Survive in Nairobi, this particular episode. I've listened to them before. But on this episode, they were talking about podcasting, right?
Yeah.
And they were talking about how they used example of people who are a bit more
Yeah, we
well
spoke about
known.
it. We actually spoke
And
about
they've
this on the last.
Yeah, we spoke about it.
on the last
Yeah,
episode,
on
yeah.
the last episode.
Yeah.
You see them talking about precisely what they were talking about. This is kind of related to what
same
we're
thing.
saying right
Ah.
now. The same thing.
True.
You get what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
True. I get
But-
it. I get it.
It's like, I actually don't know what to add to that. It's
true.
literally that.
It's the same thing. It's the same exact same
Self-explanatory.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you, G.
But
If you don't celebrate yourself and if you don't show the things that you are doing, if you're not loud about yourself, then you'll be overshadowed. Guys will come pretend that they're the ones who initiated some things.
But here's the flip side. Why didn't it work for Ray J?
I hit it. But you know, here's the thing though. I like that you're reading that book. And when you think about 50 Cent and how he operates, 50 Cent is his biggest fan
Bro.
and his biggest marketer.
Bro.
That nigga pushes 50 all day,
Fam,
every day.
without apology, bruv. See
Yep.
what I mean? So I'm thinking like, since we definitely hit the most numbers in the podcast in the 254, we need to start doing some more aggressive advertising.
Most def.
It's like, gee, let me tell you, Andy, years ago, I think maybe 13 or something, G was playing his own mix in the car. Remember the car with the loudspeakers?
Yeah, I remember that one.
You
I
know
know
what I
what
mean?
you're going to say.
Yeah, so I asked G, so you drive around listening to your own mixes? And the guy was like, bro, you don't go to Jay-Z's house and find him playing Nas songs.
Nas.
Playing, or a,
Jay-Z's house to find a picture of Nas.
yeah, and that is the one thing that, randomly when I'm taking a shower, I'll think about, maybe he would actually be listening to a Nas album. I mean, it's just dropped. Maybe he's got a picture that they took together, and Nas, fan of a fan. Those are some of the things. But in real sense, who the fuck are you the biggest fan of?
Listen, one thing I learned from Semtex, right? And Semtex said to me whenever he's interviewing artists, he says to himself, regardless of how big the artist is, once you walk into this space, which is my show, I'm the fucking star. So once you, regardless of who you are, once you walk into G Money in the morning or G Money and Calvin or the mics are open or whatever, when somebody walks onto your show, you're the fucking star. Your name's on the tin. So I don't care who you are, fam. You've seen how we handle artists who come in to the show,
Fam.
who don't know.
I do well.
Let me tell you, Andy, you'll probably not hear this time. There's a local, well, let me not use the word local. Totally, we don't call them local.
Right.
There's a Kenyan rapper.
Yeah.
Say again, is it tripping?
No, it's fine.
No, you're good.
Okay, so there's a Kenyan rapper who was supposed to come on the show. So we typically they're supposed to be there at 7:45 so that we go 8 o'clock, timing. Radio's about timing. Fam, 7:45, I call this guy. By that time, they should have texted and said, I'm on the way, I'm downstairs, I'm packing something. I call this guy and I can hear he's in bed or waking up. You know that morning voice? And he's like, I'm passing Yaya. I'm down the road. Bro, 8:20, nigga ain't pulled up. 8:45, he's like, Joe, I'm almost there. Fam, we went on the radio and told him, don't bother coming.
Don't bother come. I think he actually turned up and he was in the waiting room like, yo, what you doing here? Like, we don't need you here. Like, it's done.
Your interview was at 8 a.m.
Yeah, man. So maybe that's something that people need to bear in mind, that it's not necessarily about who did it first. Sometimes it's about who screams the loudest.
But you know what? I'm glad that we're talking about this. I want to talk about this red card and Avi. What's her name?
Who? Aziad.
Aziad.
Yeah.
What's your take on this whole conversation, by the way?
Well, to be honest, I didn't pay that much attention to the conversation for the simple reason that it's just not something that interested me, But I if I'm not mistaken, the gist is some people were saying that her rate card was too expensive.
Yeah.
And it's going to cut out soon on Zoom, but we continue on Clean Feed, yeah? So some people were saying that her rate card was too expensive or whatever. And along the lines of taking it personally, who's advising her, this, that, and the other.
Management and all that,
My thing was well, you know what? If she can